Hello and welcome to your daily astrology and tarot horoscope, brought to you by Nicholas, the Hollywood Gypsy. This is Tuesday, October 28th of 2014. Tuesday, the planet of the day is Mars, and Mars energy today, Mars is in the first very early degrees of Capricorn where it is exalted. The reason why I think Mars is exalted in Capricorn from my perspective is just the fact that it's fire energy and earth energy. So you're finally having this authoritative power of, giving Mars a respectable authoritative power, like a general, not like a drunken, troop on the field who just philanders and does crazy things. You're giving him power, you're giving him strength, you're giving him authority, and he has a lot of energy to give that authority and to build those structures that need to be built. People with, Mars and Capricorn are all about really building up their personal resources, really building up with a ton of strength over time, and really making something of, financial gain happen. And they are, it's a little power hungry. It's a little bit of a, becoming the leader and becoming that authority figure that runs the show. It's the CEO archetype. And when Mars is there, it just takes over tremendously. These people are the ones who are never satisfied with standing still in their current job position. They want to continue to grow and they want to continue to gain power. And we all need those in life. We all need that role, that archetype to be played. So I personally don't resonate. That's not my style, but it is appreciated in people, and some of these people bring up some tremendous products and some tremendous things to life. So when I look at, aligning with your Mars energy today, just look at the ways that you hold yourself back from a business perspective. Look at your ways how you're holding yourself back from a financial perspective, because Mars in Capricorn is all about being a steward of your resources and slowly building them over time. Can you do one small step for something like make a budget? Can you do one small step like create that small business plan if you're really dreaming of doing that? If you're an artist, can you start working on your portfolio? Take these action steps that are going to build something that's meaningful to you over time. That's Mars and Capricorn energy. So that's the planet of the day for Tuesday. That's a great way to align with Tuesday's energy. The card of the day is this Nine of Clouds, and I've gotten this. We get this all the time. Basically, to me, when I look at this Osho card, this is a going through pain to learn something about yourself. So at the end, pain's not fun. At the end, pain's not necessarily positive. At the end, sometimes it's not even your fault. But make sure that you use this to learn something from yourself, and that's what this card's all about. Usually to me, the big metaphor for this card is you're going to be able to sleep it off, but it's like you're going to be sad, you're going to be drained by the end of the day, and allow your sleep to rejuvenate your energy, and you might have some insights into your dreams about what this event means to you and what you need to learn from it, because it's definitely about an insight that you gain through pain, and that's what this card is about. Our signifying card of the week is the Devil. And so essentially this is how we're giving our power away to others and how we're taking power away from people. And as we do these power struggles, how they're keeping us from something we truly love. I mean, these lovers are chained. They can't really be connected except through this mediator person, this middleman who doesn't need to be here. And so it's like when you work so many hours that you can't be home with your family. That's kind of representative of this card. You let other people's comments about your partner get in the way of your love for them. If you're in a new dating, new lovers, new people coming together, and you're letting everybody else's feelings and needs get in the way of your connection with that person. Those are the types of themes of this card. It could just be your boss railing down on you all week, and you finding the way to not let them take your power. It's when I did my Reiki level 2 a couple weeks ago, and I had a small talk like, it feels so new agey when they're like, when people take your power away, and I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? And I really explored what the solar plex chakra means in that conversation and how you're empowered. By empowering just is realizing who you are in the moment and not letting anybody else's opinions or anything else happen get in the way of that. And you're going to be tempted to give your power away all week, and you're going to have to dig deep and dig really inside into your solar plex chakra and really understand who you are and be proud about who you are and let the punches roll off your back. It was funny, I was doing tarot readings at my work's Halloween party, and one of the managers came up, well, executives came up to me and was basically like, "What are you guys doing playing with cards? Is that Magic the Gathering? You nerds!" And I kind of think it was really funny because I really laughed it off and thought it was hilarious. And I think maybe a year ago I would have heard that and I would have been upset and mad that this authority figure is saying that. But I feel like I'm slowly gaining that embodiment where I just thought it was hilarious. You know, like, I don't care what, this person doesn't know me. I don't care what they think. They didn't even come over and see what was going on. So they have no power. And we don't realize that sometimes. Sometimes people make stupid comments and they don't even know what the hell they're talking about, and we take offense. That's just one way where I'm not allowing him to take my power from me. So the more you align with yourself, the more you can roll some of those things off that are pretty insignificant, really, in the long run. Stupid comments don't really mean anything. You know, and the thing is I'm not exempt from making comments to people myself. So it's just the way it is. People just don't realize sometimes what they're saying. But I like to pull, so the way this works is I do a signifying card of the week. What is our weekly lesson that all these little cards are building us up to and what we're experiencing through? And when I pull the Osho card, this is the mental thing that we're going through. This is the internal thing we're experiencing. We're going to experience pain, and we need to learn something about ourselves through this pain on Tuesday. Tuesday, October 28th of 2014. And the Wild Unknown card is what I call the advice card. And this is another water cup, another intuitive, cups card. So this is the Four of Cups. And like I said, I think that's a balsamic moon when it's in that shape. I don't think it's the first crescent. So this is a waning energy, and in this energy we're hoarding something. We're not sharing something. We have plenty of glasses of wine. This is sort of like a greed card and a miser card, what we're holding back from others when we don't need to. And I think the advice is to share a little bit more freer. If somebody makes a suggestion, maybe take it instead of saying no first off, or just allow yourself not to say no first off and say, let me think. That's kind of the intuitive hit I'm getting from this, is so many times we're unable to share the experience with others. We have our own way, we know what we want to do, and we don't relent. So I'm not saying that you have to take anybody's advice or listen to anything external in terms of taking action, but actually, why don't you hear a request first before you say no? That's definitely what I think the advice of today is really connect emotionally, because the cups are about emotions and intuition. Don't hoard your emotions and intuition today. So that is the advice card for the day with the Wild Unknown deck, which I love. I love this deck. And so lastly, we just need to get into the astrology of the day. And there's a couple things I saw. We've already hit on Mars because today's Tuesday and the planet of the day is Mars. But as you know, the Sun and Venus are still trining Neptune. They're just kind of leaving that trine. And so it's definitely still kind of psychic, very intuitive kind of energy that's out there. Connect with your emotions. If you can meditate and channel information and get insights through that, that can be very powerful today. There's access to that. The moon will be sextiling, at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific. Well, is it Pacific? Yeah, Pacific Daylight Time. The moon is going to be conjunct Mars this morning, so there's going to be a little bit bump in the emotions. I think that's going to be 5 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. So when Mars conjuncts the moon, it'll be 8:45 in the East Coast. Sorry, so it'll be 8:45 in the East Coast time. So if you're living on East Coast, you're definitely going to have a little bit bump in your emotions, and you might be a little bit more aggressive. Us out here in the West Coast will kind of be sleeping through it, hopefully, or not experiencing it during our work day, at least. The only thing that I feeling called to mention is the fact that Mercury is getting pretty close to being exact to conjuncting the North Node. So Mercury is stationed, it's done retrograde, and now it's moving back forward, and the North Node is actually moving in retrograde motion. So they're really applying to each other. So Mercury is all about communication, and this is in Libra. So if you see like some of those very fair and reputable and kind people, very intelligent people coming into your life, where your North Node is, those it's kind of a fated thing, So when north nodes make conjunctions, it's kind of meeting those destined people. So look for that type of fair, kind, and intelligent person to come into your life, and they can help you in the area of your life where the north node is now. And I'm doing the video just so you know. Right. The moon goes into Capricorn at 3:03 a.m. I'll just read off the transits of the day just to give you some insights. The sun is going to be trining Neptune at 2:05 a.m. as we've discussed. And those are, the moon is making several aspects throughout the day, so be really connected with your emotions and paying attention to how they're going to be changing throughout the day. That's why I feel like we're going to be trying to protect ourselves, and we don't need to overtly protect ourselves as much as we think. So that is your reading for Tuesday, October 28, 2014. My name is Nicholas, the Hollywood Gypsy. I'm so excited that I have 3 natal chart readings available. I can do a natal chart reading for you astrologically. I can do what the solar eclipse means for you in your chart. I have that product up, and I also have just a computer-generated report of your natal chart that the computer creates. So that's a $20 report, and that's sort of a nice entry level into astrology to see if you kind of resonate with what the themes can do for you. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Thanks.